Well, good morning. Welcome to Thoughts Can Change Your Life with me, Reverend Lee Wallach. I'm here every day of the week, about 8 o'clock, to share thoughts with you, to give you things to ponder, things to contemplate, things to look at. And why do I do that? Because I'm trying to get people to more consciously live. I'm trying to provide stimulus for people to ask greater and bigger questions so that they can fully experience life. This morning, I woke up with a text message very early and asked me, did I know what was happening with an individual? And I didn't. Then I did some research and I found out that this individual that was being asked about had made their transition yesterday. A woman, magnificent woman, I know very well, 53 years of age. No reason of death came. And I felt myself just immersed in emotion. And I asked the question of myself, do I really know how valuable my life is? And if I really knew that, what would I be doing differently? What would I be thinking differently? Who would I be spending more time with? What would I be saying? And so I ask you that today. Do you really know how valuable life is? Whether it's your life or someone you love? If you knew that, what would you do differently? That's the great question. If you really understood that life was valuable, what would you do differently? Let me just get right to the heart of it. Would you be looking at politics? Would you be giving a flip about the news in that, knowing that we're being manipulated? That it's a point of view, it's a perspective. We're not being given the overall where we see all sides. We're given perspective and we get attached to that. Why would we get attached to that when life is so precious? Here's what I think. I think we become numb to how good life is, how valuable it is, how short it is. And that we're here to experience life fully, completely, as only we can, because we're all unique. So someone else's experience will not be our experience. The only person who will ever have our experience is us. And the only person who will understand our experience is us. So we've got to give up this idea that other people should be able to understand where we're coming from. They can't. You get that? They can't understand because they're not coming from the same perspective. No one is. That's why I share with people in the idea when I do relationship workshops. Hey, the number one agreement you have with your partner is this. You have to ask for what you want when you want. This way, you never worry about what your partner or person is thinking, because if they're not asking, you are not responsible. You cannot read another person's mind. So give up the idea. Here's what I say. Life's too short to worry about reading someone else's mind. Do you get that? I don't. I'm a minister. I have people following me all over the world. I'm teaching all the time. All these people that I'm in relationship with, and I have that agreement. If they don't tell me, I'm not responsible for reading their minds. I teach my community. If you want something from me, support from me, you've got to ask. Otherwise, I don't think about it. Now, I want you to know that'll piss people off. Because people think I should be able to read their mind. They think I should be able to call them when something is going on. No, I can't read your mind. Do you get that? That's really something that we should start to understand more of. I put myself out. I give everything I've got. When I'm with someone, I'm fully present with them. When I'm with you doing this morning talk with you, I'm fully with you. When I'm not with you, I'm fully wherever I'm at. So if someone wants a piece of my time, my life, they got to let me know, because otherwise I'm not going to worry about it. Well, Lee, that's not how a minister. Who determined what a minister should be like? Who set those rules? Because that's the question I ask. I set my own rules. Do you know why I set my own rules? Because it keeps me mentally and physically healthy. I am not going to subordinate myself to the ideas of others. I'm going to create my own ideas because that's how I live life. Here's something else I want to share with you. After hearing about this beautiful woman who passed yesterday, have you told someone in your life that's close to you that you love them? Better yet, have you told them that you appreciate them? More importantly, have you looked in the mirror today and looked into your own eyes and say, you know, I appreciate you? Because guess what, folks? The you that you look into the eyes in the mirror is the one who's experiencing your life. And if you can't appreciate that, oh my God. Oh my God. And so what I'm feeling, and it's just affirming it more and more, is that in this time with all the unrest that we've got politically, financially, with the world, diversity, with racism, COVID, we're isolated. And the thing we need most right now is connection and community. So that came to me yesterday. I think some of you who were with me yesterday know that I have started, I'm starting in January, on January 6th, Wednesdays, groups. I'm going to have a group for the Eastern time zone and the Central time zone. They'll meet Wednesdays at 6:30. I'm going to have Texas, which is a unique time zone all of itself. It's just Texas, because that's where my home community is. We're going to have a gathering at 7:30 p.m. And then at 8:30 p.m. my time for Pacific and Mountain time zones, we're going to have a gathering. And the purpose of these gatherings is simply this: to connect, share, and explore life. So I'm putting that out there. If you want to be a part of a community and a gathering and an intimate relationship that's safe where you can share, send me an email. Email's in the description below on the YouTube video, or you can send it to rev.lee@agapecsl.com. rev.lee@agapecsl.com. And I'll put you on the list. And this is something where you're going to be able to share what you're feeling. You're going to be able to, and no one's going to judge you. These are safe places, because that's what's really important now. Let's not judge each other. Let's understand that each of us is unique and an individual, and let's accept each other as they are and realize that everyone is starting to waken up a little bit more. It's key. Here's what you want out of life. I'm seeing some conversation going out there. You want to feel loved. You want to be loved. You want to be you in everything you do. If you can do that in the simplest task of the day, when you're having coffee with someone, if you can just be your authentic self, you know what? You chose to be with that person and you chose to be authentic. Nothing better. There doesn't have to be a grand vision, a grand thing. Let it unfold. But the most important thing to love yourself is to be authentic to yourself. Now that's what you've got to figure out, who you are, and be that man, be that woman. It's interesting how events like a person that you know passing causes you to question life. And when I went inside in meditation on this, I went back and reflected on my mom passing, my brother passing, my dad passing, my friends that have gone before me passing. And I asked the question, why did I forget? Why did I forget how life is so important? And I realized that's the ego. The ego makes us forget. And then we get involved in nonsense. Just nonsense. Today is a day to awaken to your true, authentic self. and ask the question, when you're doing anything in this world, am I using my time in a way that gives me juice? Am I fully present? Am I conscious? Whatever you choose, it's right for you because no one can judge you for that. So as I do every day, I want to honor you by simply saying that I love you and I accept you just the way you are. Do me the favor of honoring and loving yourself the way I love you. Hey, everybody, go create a great day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.